Stream is up. We are at day 22 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We conquered last night, learned JavaScript, 100% of the way done. And just to show, we've finished these two out of the entire catalog. We're going to go into Sass next. So we started off with HTML and CSS and then tied in the fundamentals of JavaScript, very low level JavaScript essentials. We're going to be continuing on with Sass, expanding CSS stuff, and then we'll be doing more things with both HTML and CSS. And it kind of builds, introducing slightly new things like Python here. It does tie back into, so we've got make a website, learn command line, deploy a website, and Python, and then more HTML and CSS, back to JavaScript, a more in-depth look at jQuery, React.js, Angular, and continues on from there. So it's a decent path kind of mixed together. And with that said, I am just going through course by course. When you sign up, they have you dive into the Learn HTML CSS Part 1. Then it has, once you complete that, it says, we suggest you continue with Learn JavaScript. I just conquered that. And here they've got, we suggest you continue learning with Learn Sass. So I'm just going to continue following their recommended course of action, syllabus, whatever you want to call it. Just taking it one step at a time. So yeah, that's that. So let's get into this beast. What is this? Learn Sass. Continue your learning by starting Learn Sass. We suggest you continue your learning with Learn Sass. Expand your CSS knowledge by learning CSS syntax, nesting functions, and more in this course on the Sass styling language. Good times. You excited? Hey, little kitty's here. Sort of. He's crawling. Just in time for the good stuff. Let's do this. All right. She's loading. 1 of 9 sections. Not bad. Sass, or syntactically awesome style sheets. Is that syntactically awesome style sheets? Yeah, that's actually what it is an extension language for CSS. With Sass, you can write clean, sustainable CSS code and solve the common repetition and maintenance challenges present in traditional CSS. In addition to being a valuable skill for any front-end developer, transitioning from CSS to Sass is pretty smooth due to the familiar syntax. For this reason, we will be learning the SCSS, sassy CSS syntax. All right. If you're new to HTML and CSS, we recommend you take this course first, blah, blah, blah. That was probably part 1. I really want to click on that and see if it takes me to the actual HTML and CSS course or the part 1 course, which was the first section we completed. I don't think I'm ever going to answer that mystery. That's just one of the mysteries of life. So, continuing on. Section 2. Ooh, they got it broken into lots of different sections. Nice. Onward ho. Sass. Sass can't be directly interpreted by your browser, so it must first be converted or compiled to CSS before the browser can directly understand it. Compiling refers to converting code to lower level code so that it can be executed. By compiling SCSS to CSS, it can be interpreted by your browser and the results will appear on a web page. Before we dive into writing Sass, let's first learn how to compile it to CSS by typing the following command in the terminal and pressing enter. Sass main.scss main.css. Okay, so I'm going to drop that in apparently somewhere. Before we dive into writing Sass, let's first learn how to compile CSS by typing the following command in the terminal and pressing enter. The Sass command above takes in two arguments, the input main.scss and two, the location of where to place the output main.css. Okay, so we're going from this with an S to normal CSS. Make sure to look closely at the extensions of each file in the command above. 1. In the terminal, compile the SCSS to CSS by typing the following command and hitting enter on your keyboard. We're going to copy this. Compare the output in main.css to the input. We're just comparing. Are we supposed to, we're supposed to drop it like it's hot, right? Somewhere? Anybody? In the terminal. Oh, this is gonna be, oh, okay, hold on. Hold the phone. This, the left side is main SCSS, and this over here to the right is CSS. So in the terminal, compile. Yeah. I think it goes here. I'm not too sure. Add variables here. This is gonna end so poorly. Or do I put it down here? No, I don't put it down there. I don't put it down there. Run. Son of a bitch, I should have put it in the left window. There's no run window on the read only. Oh my god. Step 1 into Sass and I've already destroyed it. Typical. I'm just gonna put you in here and pretend that that's okay. There's something very, very wrong with this. And I think it's me. That's what I'm detecting. My spidey senses tell me that I'm the issue. Having trouble, yes, get the code. It shouldn't be that hard. All I had to do was just drop it in. I got the code and I don't see the difference. What changed? There's nothing that's different. They said in the terminal, compile the CSS by typing the following command and hitting enter on your keyboard. Sass main.css. I don't see it anywhere. Hey, critical! Oh, thank God. I think the terminal is the black portion. Below? Oh. I'm gonna try running it, except it already gave me those stupid green checkboxes. You know what? Hold on. Is there a reset button? Get live support. Want to restart the exercise. That should clear. You can get a clean slate for this exercise. This will overwrite. Yeah, reset exercise. Okay. Let's see if you're right. Run. Oh my god, you're right. I never would have. I saw the run here, and it was under the this left upper section, so I thought it was for that. I never would have guessed. I thought it was going to output here. I thought this was like the console or the console log for JavaScript. Critical, you're my savior for now. On to section 3. Okay. Lots of lemon stuff. Lemon and bees. Let's see where this goes. Alright, learning. Let's get started. Sass has many perks that enable us to write succinct, readable code. In this lesson, we'll explore 3 concepts: variables, mix-ins, and nests. In the process, you'll use Sass to style your very own website for a lemonade stand. Little cat, your tail is in the way. Take a look. There we go. All right. Yeah, figured it could be a little confusing. Yes, especially if one has no idea what they're doing, like myself. So, yeah, onwards. Nests. In the process, you'll use Sass to style your very own website for a lemonade stand. Instructions. Take a look at the Sass code in main.css, which is this left side. Okay, and compare it to the CSS equivalent in main.css, which is on the right side. What differences do you notice? Hint, both versions produce the same effects. We will be editing these files to style the website appropriately. Okay, things that I notice that are different. Import URL is essentially the same. We've got h1, which looks to me freakishly similar. Banner also looks freakishly similar, and container as well looks really similar. Why don't I notice any differences? Let's find out. Run. Actually, I didn't need to run anything. No green checkboxes for there. Okay. The first Sass construct we will learn about is nesting. Nesting is the process of placing selectors inside the scope of another selector. In programming, a variable's scope is the context in which a variable is defined and available to use. In Sass, it's helpful to think of the scope of a selector as any of the code between its opening curly brace and closing curly bracket. Okay. Selectors are nested inside the scope of another selector are referred to as children. The former selector is referred to as the parent. This is just like the relationship observed in HTML elements. We've got parent, color blue, child with inside that, font size, blah, 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 closing brackets. Okay, all good. In the example above, the dot child is the child selector, and dot parent is the parent selector. The above CSS, or the above SCSS, would compile the following equivalent CSS. Dot parent, dot child. So it lets us separate them. So it's like putting a tracking device in your child or a pet, essentially. Nesting allows you to see the clear DOM relationship between two selectors while also removing the repetition observed in CSS. Okay. Instructions. In main.scss, inside the .banner class selector, nest the following code. Okay. So main SCSS, which is this side, inside the .banner, which is here, nest the following. So I copy. Now I wonder if they want me to do it this way, or if they want me to do it this way. Tough call. I'm going to the top one. Okay, critical says top one. We're going to do that. So with that said, we're just going to drop down a line. Little kitty, stay away. Shit's about to get real. You're nesting, so basically you're pulling code together without repeating. Okay. D. Paste. Run. Hey, green checkbox. Nice. 2. In main.scss, nest in the following span selector inside of .slogan. Span. Okay. Click run to see your changes in the browser and inspect the output in main.css. Okay, so there's that. We're going to do another super nesting. Run again. Slowly coming to life. This is good. This is good. 3. Practice makes perfect. In main.scss, nest the following selector inside of container. Okay. This isn't too bad. Although, right around the time that I start to get confident is when everything starts to fall apart. So, let's take this with a grain of salt, shall we? Run. Hey, right? Look at that. We've got homemade with fresh ingredients, fresh lemons, real sugar, Dad's recipe. Kinda cool. All right, section 5. Okay. Congrats, you've written your first nested selectors. In SCSS, nesting is not limited only to selectors. You can also nest common CSS properties if you append a colon suffix after the name of the property. For example, the following SCSS code: .parent, font, colon life, family, Roboto, sans, size. Oh no, that's normal. So I think that must be the colon that we're focusing on. Unless it's all of them have colons. No, it's got to be this guy. Because then the rest of that noise is within the curly braces. Okay, so that's it. Blank will compile the following: parent, font, family, size, decoration. Okay, cool. Instruction 1. Inside main.scss, nest the following properties inside of .banner. So we've got border stuff, and we're going to nest it inside of, so we're going to take border, blah, we're just going to nest it like so, but where? Inside main.css, nest the following properties inside of .banner. So we're going to have border stuff nested inside of banner. Cool. Rutbo. So this would be on the same level as slogan. Right? Holy shit, I got it. Okay. Alright. Seems straightforward, but I can F up just about anything, so that's impressive that we got it right. Continuing on, section 6. Hey, you sleepy? Yeah, you're sleepy. You want lemonade? No? Okay, I'll stop annoying her. Okay. Variables. Variables in SCSS allow you to assign an identifier of your choice to a specific value. Why is that useful? Unlike in CSS, if you need to tweak a value, you'll only have to update it in one place and the change will be reflected in multiple rules. In Sass, $sign is used to define and reference a variable. $sign translucent white, RGBA 255 across the board. Note, it's important to stick to one naming convention for variables when you first build out your code base. This will help you reference them easily in the future. Okay. Instructions. At the top of main.scss, create a new variable, translucent white. Reference that variable as the value for the background color property inside .slogan selector. Background color, translucent white. Click run to see your message change. Oh. Look at the example, notice that you don't have to rewrite each syntax with font. Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna destroy this, but at the top of main, create a new variable. Copy. Add variables here. Wait. Do I need to write var for variable and then drop translucent? Or can I just have translucent with no variable? Ah, your comment was for the previous one. That's fine. Okay, noted. Variable. Yay or nay? Or var? Meh? No? I'm thinking no. But we'll see. Now, background color. Reference that variable as the value for background color property inside .slogan selector. Background color, translucent white. Copy. Slogan. Background color, translucent white. No var, you use $sign. Cool. Well, there's that. And there's that. So I think if I hit run, theoretically no one should die. Look at that success. 0 casualties. Unfreaking believable. Next, section 7. As a side note, I took a look at your profile after the last stream. Critical Link, as in like The Legend of Zelda. Link, yeah, Wind Waker. That was awesome. I thought that was so cool. Makes your username that much better. Okay. Back to the task at hand, though. Alright, what are we doing? Learn. There are different data types you can assign to a variable in CSS. In addition to the color data type, we have seen there are also numbers such as 8.11, 12, and 10 pixels. Notice that while 10 has a unit of pixels associated with it, it's still considered a number. 2, strings of text, with and without quotes. Some examples are potato, tomato, span. Booleans, or simply true or false, true and false. Null, which is considered an empty value. Instruction 1. In main.css, make a variable of the type of number at the top of your file. We're going to take icon 300px, copy, drop that right below our first variable. Add the following inside the class selector icon. Do we have an icon? Okay, we do. Add the following inside class selector. We've got width and height. Good. Paste. In line with the rest. We're running. Way cool. Let's take a look at, aha, the web page is coming to life. Slowly but surely. All right, next. 8 of 9. Okay, way cool. In addition to color, numbers, strings, booleans, and null, Sass also has 2 other data types, lists and maps. Lists can be separated by either spaces or commas. For example, the following lists denote font properties such as 1.5 EM Helvetica bold or Helvetica Arial sans serif. Note, you can also surround a list with parentheses and create lists made up of lists. Great. Handy tip, I suppose, in the end. Maps are very similar to lists, but instead each object is a key value pair. The typical map looks like this. Key 1, value 1, key 2, value 2. In a map, the value of a key can be a list or another map. We're starting to scratch at the surface of Inception territory here. How deep and how many layers can we go? All right. Instruction 1. At the top of main.scss, create a new variable list, or create a new list variable. Okay. New list variable. Our friend, standard border. Copy. Okay. Find all the instances that use 4 pixels solid black in main.css and replace them with standard border variable reference. You've been using a list and you didn't even know it. Click run. Aha, so this is going to help clean up the code. Okay, so hold on. Standard border. Find all the instances that use 4 pixels solid and black in main SCSS and replace them with the standard border variable reference. Okay. And what did I do for translucent white? It was background color, translucent white. So I'm just going to take, it'll be standard border, I think. And then it would be that. Copy. So border, top and bottom. I'm supposed to delete them, find all instances, and replace them. Hold on, before I go destroying this. So wait. So assume you want to style your site without having to repeat code and maintain a consistent style. Yep, okay, yes, good, all right. So at least I understand the general idea. Before I obliterate my code, I'm gonna copy and paste that shit into a note. Because I know I will destroy this. Here we go, good. Select all, copy, paste. Here we go. We're back. Shady's back again. Tell a friend. All right, no, that is a slippery slope. We are not going down that. Okay. Totally got sidetracked. We need standard border. Here we go. Let's do this. Do with confidence. We already put the variable in. We are identifying borders. Paste. Get rid of the $sign. No, keep the $sign. Oh, this is bad. What to do? So it was background color. Translucent white. So if I want that, do I just drop that in, right? Border and the variable. And then I'd get rid of this variable. Or replace that variable. This feels wrong. I think all of them except for the top variable don't need a $sign. But that could be wrong. I think all you do is replace it, standard border, to call the variable. Oh, so I don't even need all the noise? Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. I'd buy that. Could call critical. Okay. Cleaning that up. Nice. Okay, we're gonna run it. Hot damn. Look at that. You rock. Thank you, critical. Saving web pages one section at a time. Alright. Let's do this. Onwards, next. I'm learning as you go too, so I could be wrong, but it looks right. Hell, the green checkbox is all I look for, so I wouldn't have gotten it without you. Good enough for me. Awesome. Congratulations, you completed your first Sass style sheet and learned some powerful new concepts. 1. Nesting is the process of placing child selectors and properties in the scope of a parent selector. This allows a programmer to draw DOM relationships and avoid repetition. 2. Variables make it easy to update code and reference values by allowing you to assign an identifier to a value. 3. Sass data types include numbers, strings, boolean, null, lists, and maps. Nesting and variables are just 2 ways that Sass keeps style sheets clean. In the next unit, you'll learn about other Sass constructs that serve the same purpose. Way cool. As always, we've reached the end of the section, so that's essentially the end of the stream. Hold on. What I've learned so far. Keep track of how well you've learned the concepts. I know why SCSS needs to be compiled. What is the bonus round? I was not ready for this. Hold on. What I've learned so far. Keep track of how well you've learned the concepts. I know why SCSS needs to be compiled to CSS. Yes, they explain that in the beginning. I can explain the purpose of nesting and variables in SCSS to keep it clean, to avoid repetition. Please rate the quality of this lesson. I'd say it was a 5. I mean, the only thing lacking in this section was me. Tell us what you thought about the learning experience. It was great and very insightful. I think that's about it. What's the issue? What do we got? Incorrect use of Comma, what you talking about, Willis? No? Okay, fine. We'll get rid of it. We'll get rid of it. There. Submit. Alright. Mix-ins and the selector. Learn how to use mix-ins and the selector to create an interactive index card that flips when you hover. That sounds awesome. Alright, again, I'm just reading this bit. Or, that. I do it every single time, even though I'm ending the stream and going. I always enter into the next section. It's a force of habit that I picked up from playing the Legend of Zelda games. I'd only say, especially in the older ones, I'd always make sure I get to the next dungeon. So even after I completed a dungeon, you'd have to make your way to the next area. I'd always make sure I'd get to the next dungeon. That way I could turn the game off. Because if you were ever to go days or weeks without playing and you forgot where to go after you finished a dungeon, you were screwed. There was no way you'd remember what to do. But if you would get to the beginning of the next dungeon, you'd always know, complete this dungeon and go on from there. So that's that. The side note, insight to my psyche and my madness. Crazy person's choice. What are we doing? Reading that first bit. In the next set of exercises, you'll use new Sass concepts to fix and add styles. The note card. See, it's not me. It's their damn grammar. I'm telling you, they're messing shit up, and it throws me off. In the next set of exercises, you'll use new Sass concepts to fix and add styles, the note card on the right, so that it flips when you hover over it. Okay, well, on that grammatical bombshell, we're going to back out of this. Okay, 25% of the way through Sass. That's probably one of the smaller courses. And let's see, where am I at for points today? 216. Woohoo! Not that means anything, but kind of makes me feel good. 34 badges. Making progress every day. Alright, well that's it. I will be here. Really awesome effect. Hover over animations. Yes. That'll be fun for tomorrow. Alright, that's little kitty. You want to say goodbye? Yeah, she's totally passed out. Alright, well, Critical, thank you again for all the help. I greatly appreciate it. Would have been stuck there indefinitely. I'll be here for the rest of the year, though. 22 days down? Tomorrow's day 23. I'll be doing the hovering stuff. I don't know if I'll be streaming earlier in the day or later, but I try to stream early, but I always end up streaming at like 11 o'clock at night, which sucks, but oh well. Anywho, thanks again, and I'm sure I'll see you again, hopefully. Later. Kill the stream? Hell yeah.